It's like this and like that and like this and like that and like this and like that and it's like this and like that and like this and it's like this all my life.
Word, word. All right, so the Coneman album, that's an album that I've been trying to make for the past like 11 years. My first mixtape, What the F, I've been trying to do that, and I finally got to that stage. Now I mean, working with Raz over the past 11 years, we finally got to that. I've always wanted to do it. I just wasn't all the way there with my cadence and my rhymes and all that shit. But sonically, I knew where I wanted to go. But I looked at it as like one of those things I gotta work towards type shit. You know what I mean? So the inspiration behind that was really just the era that I gravitated towards a lot when it came to streetwear and fashion and shit, which is like, you know, early 2000s. I want to say like around 2005 to 7. You know what I mean? With the Clips and Pharrell and all those guys popping off with the Bape and the BBC Ice Cream, like that was a really, really big influence for me. And a lot of the music they were making around that time too, I was like, yo, I really want to do something and add on to that. It's like an ode to that era. Is essentially what Coneman is. It's an ode to the early 2000s, like Bape, BBC Ice Cream, streetwear, like craze. Know what I mean? As far as the beats goes, like I really just wanted to consolidate what Raz was bringing to the table in the sense of like you know, the popcorn tape era beats that he was working on, 1995 type shit, and mix that with the Cool Kids and the Clips, because those are like my one of my biggest influences. And sonically, I felt like that mesh would be like, you know what I mean, some amazing shit. So we accomplished that. And I mean, it was one of those when we finally got it together and it came out tight. I was fucking with it. It was a breeze. It was not much to it. We know exactly what we needed to do, and then we just made that shit like it was nothing. You know what I mean? What's next? All right, so next up we got the Six in the House album, which is a collaborative album between myself and the homie Brisk in the House. It's gonna be entirely produced by Brisk in the House, and it's gonna be something real different. I've never done anything remotely close to what this album sounds like. You know what I mean? Lyrically and sonically. Six in the House is going to be something very special. And I also got Epiphany, which is my solo album coming up after that, as well as the Get Baked EP and some other secret shit. But, you know what I mean? We're working. Got some shit in the stash, yeah. Yeah, so was as far as the fashion goes, like it's one of those things I don't really think too tough on it. It's like a reflex to me. I just push it together based on how I feel. And like, let me give you an example. Like, I'll wake up in the morning. All right, say I'm working on an album. I'm writing to some beats or whatever I was recently working on or currently in that moment. I'll just get dressed according to what I'm listening to, how I feel. Like this beat sounds like this outfit. I'll put that together like that. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. But plans for future in fashion, I do have my own line that I'm working on called Augusta Ave. So I do plan to expound, you know what I mean, on that and take it to the next level as far as added as well as adding on to the BkrsClb merch and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, the fashion shit is just like, you know, that's some more other shit. Like it's nothing to me, you know, it's just regular shit, you know. Oh man, the Pete Rock joint. All right, so how did that come about? I remember, I think it was like December. Raz had called me. He's like, "Yo, Pete Rock gave him the green light with the joint, with the whoop. He sent me the beat. He's like, "Yo, I need you to add on with the hook here." It was one of those. He's like, "Yo, insert hook, insert verse." Pretty simple. I was at the crib. I was like, "Say less." I was obviously amped because you know, sure, that's one of my like to me that's like the greatest hip hop song of all time. Like number one for me is Troy. You know what I mean? So when I heard that, I was like, oh shit, and I could really be on like some shit with a legend. Like, I gotta come with it. You know what I mean? So I was at the crib. My wife was in the kitchen cooking. My two youngest sons were just playing in their room and shit. And I was trying to put my daughter to sleep. So I had the beat in my AirPods. I'm just rocking my daughter to sleep while I'm writing and shit. And ended up writing that verse that night. By the time she fell asleep, the verse was done. You know what I mean? My take on the state of hip hop in Toronto and fashion. As far as hip hop goes, I feel like things are continuously like evolving. There's a lane for everything. You know what I mean? There's a lane for that trap stuff, alternative stuff, R&B stuff, and then you got like the hip hop stuff and like the underground hip hop stuff. So there's a lane for everything. It's always changing and evolving. I feel like now there's more variety, and there's a lot of people that stick to what they stick to. So it's always gonna continue to grow. I don't even know. I really don't even have any expectations as far as like what the scene's gonna be like in the next 5, 10 years or anything like that. I just know that it's just always gonna be evolving. And as far as the fashion goes, it's the same shit. There's a lot of talented people in the city that's on their fashion shit, whether it just be like on some stylish shit, being a stylist or a model, you know what I'm saying? Or you're a creative fashion wise and you have your own fashion line, like a clothing line that you're working on and that kind of thing. So there's a whole lot of talent in the fashion and the hip hop music scene in Toronto, and this is just always evolving and elevating and growing. So yeah, I feel like we're in a great state right now. It's very progressive, you know.
It's like this and like that and like